I got an email, I don't know if it was maybe Thursday morning, about the next issue of Outside Bozeman magazine, and it had a piece about that riddle, and I'm a total puzzle person, so I immediately started thinking about it, reading it, and then we went to the Butte Music Festival, the folk festival, on Friday, and I drove with Sue, and it's an hour and a half drive, and I said, I don't know if you'd be interested in this, but there's this treasure hunt, there's this riddle. And she's like, I love riddles. Yeah. And so read it again. Yeah. For the next hour and a half, I read it probably 10 times or chunks thereof.
We found it under the bridge at the beginning of the Chestnut Mountain Trailhead. Very well hidden in the rock crate that's under there. We had to do some digging. Well,
I'm doing the wires and moving rocks and crouch down under the
hidden.
bridge.
I almost missed it. The 12-year clue, though. What was that one?
We've had a dozen or so years. We've had the pleasure.
Mm-hmm. And so, as we started thinking about things that fit some of the other clues, we're like, okay, but it has to have been around only for 12 years, or it's a new trail, or we've only had access. So we went through a lot of places like winter up at Highlight. How long have we been able to go there?
Because it turns out they've been plowing Highlight for about 14 years, and so we're like, it's close,
but maybe not.
A couple dead giveaways. Climbing. That's a place for climbing. So that really narrows it down, because sourdough, we got thrown off by that off-leash dog thing, and that's what you immediately think of. And there's a bridge and a crystal clear brook or creek, but there's no climbing. And I'm like, is there climbing up the wall of death? I don't think so.
Yeah. And as soon as I heard there is no troll clue, I was sure that it was under a bridge. So we had to try and narrow that down.
Yeah. And then some other things like the X marks the spot.
We didn't know what that meant.
Well, I was thinking, there is a railroad crossing, right? You have to cross the railroad to get to the trailhead, and it's not right at the X, but it's near the X. So. Mm-hmm.
But Amy, we went through all the possibilities, and then finally Amy said, "Oh, what about Chestnut?" It's like, oh yeah, that hasn't been here that long.
Yeah, and then we looked it up. We looked up on GVLT, I think, website when that that easement was made in the trail belt. So that really fit the ticket. We figured out we had to figure out how to there was a there's a key lock and a padlock with a combination that held this chain wrapping around the ammo can. So we figured out the combination of the last two lines of the poem about if you find the treasure and need the key, think twice before dialing OB. And so we're like, dialing OB? Anyway, we figured out it was the last four of the phone number. It was fun figuring it out as well as actually finding it.
Yeah.